Aha, there it is. How's it going, everybody? If you haven't seen humans on camera before, hey CG, hey Turner, I'm Sam. My wife Amanda will be joining us in just a few minutes, seconds even. We are your humans. We've been fostering cats for 4 years. Currently have 2 in our foster hotel, Mama Bonita and Cutie, who are, I don't know what she's looking at. What are you looking at? Ghosts? Oh, there's a moth or a fly or something. But yeah, we've been fostering for 4 years. We fostered over 120 some cats and kittens at this point. That's what we do. We do these chats 4 times a week, Mondays at noon, Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 9 p.m., that's right now, and Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. This is the first chat we've done in like 2 weeks because we went away to Michigan, so we've got a lot to catch up on, a lot to talk about. Thanks for the cheers, and thanks for the beers. Yeah, perfect timing on that walk-in. Got rhymes dropping all the time. Yeah. What? What about it?
They ate it.
Oh, good. So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about, I think. Hopefully. But yeah, we do these chats to give updates on the cats and kittens, and as well as give you an opportunity to hear us clink glasses and maybe ask any questions you may have. So please feel free to ask questions if you're out there. Drop a hi in the chat or a bunch of emotes if you're Turner or anyone else. Feel free. Not to call you out, Turner. Don't give up your day job. Or just be a sarcastic jerk.
If you're mean.
If you're means, live up to your name.
We love you,
Thanks,
Means.
Turner. Thanks, Means. Thanks, CG. Zovek, if you're still here, hi, hi. Thanks for the emotes. And we got the emote while working again. U-boats. Thanks for the U-boats. Thanks for this awesome closed captioning brought to you by Pixel
Wait,
Chat.
who's here?
Hey,
Means,
Deadpool.
Turner.
How's it going, Deadpool? Sarcastic is okay. I have a problem with jerk. It was a. I'm sorry. You're right.
You're not a jerk.
You're not a jerk.
We love you.
I just need a little emphasis on that. Sorry, I take it back. It was said with love and angst. How's it going? So for those of you
Bonita
who
wanted to chime in.
Meow, meow. Yeah, for those of you who are
That's what she thinks
unaware,
about that.
we just got back from a 2-week trip to Michigan. Bonita and Cutie were here the whole time, and a friend of the family dropped in every other day to check in on them and make sure everyone was good. Janine says, did Sam's cat and Amanda's cat mind that you were gone? She was very happy we were back.
Yeah. They were very vocal that
Yes,
first
both
night
of them.
or day. Even Aria, who usually doesn't talk much, was talking to me all day yesterday.
Like, oh my God, we thought you were eaten by wolves.
She
This
was
other lady
she
broke
was doing a
in.
lot of snuggling with me and like telling me about it yesterday, which she doesn't normally do.
Yeah.
And
Mina's over it. She was like, I missed you, now not so much.
I mean, that's really about it. Nothing too terrible. Anara did pee in the recycle bin.
There was one small act of defiance, but it could have also just been an act of like the litter boxes were not clean enough.
Yeah.
So not bad actually.
Yeah.
And even this
And she
one
was a
wasn't
little-
totally torn apart.
Anara was a little chatty, like
Anara was
like,
very chatty. For Anara?
Like being by the door. and
Yeah.
stuff, you know, like she was like. She actually did happen to slip by me today when I was trying to get Iris to come in,
Oh, to
and so
get
I
out?
had the door open,
Mm.
and she ran out, and then like 2 minutes later she was back at the door
Oh,
because
that's
it was
good.
so hot out.
Oh yeah, it was
She was
93.
like, never mind, just kidding, please let me back in.
It was surface of the sun out here.
It was so
Deadpool Forever says, lol, my cat when I'm gone forever, he does, I think that's pay attention to me for like a day. Yeah, that was about what I got. You think she might have been getting ideas from my cat? No, Beans. She's already had those issues.
She used to, like years ago, when she was little, she peed in that same recycle bin
issues.
a lot. She would also pee in the bathtub. Any kind of like cold hard surface, like laundry baskets. It was usually basically the recycle bin, the laundry baskets, and the bathtub. She was she had like blood in her urine. She was having some
This was
issues.
before.
This was like when,
She was
when
like
Betty was a baby.
Dehydrated, not eating. We weren't feeding her a lot of wet food at the time.
We didn't feed them any wet food
at
the time, and that was when our vet recommended that we give Anara like 100% wet food diet. And after changing her diet, all those issues that she was having,
it all went away.
Issues that she was having stopped.
So it was most likely a kidney issue or something along those lines.
She did, like a couple of years later, after Avocado died, she started marking, like peeing in corners of the house near the doors, marking, and that was a totally separate issue. That wasn't a medical issue. That was a behavioral issue because Avocado had died, and this stray cat was coming and marking around our house outside, and so that was sort of her response to that issue. And then the Fallyway collars helped solve that problem, as well as us scaring that feral away, so he stopped doing that.
Deadpool corrected that it is when they've been gone, his cat doesn't pay attention to him for like a day. Doesn't. So
ignores.
Cold shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's how we're gonna be? Then fine. I don't care about you either.
Anyway.
Janine says, do you think they miss the children? A little bit.
Bonita says no.
Yeah, Bonita did not miss the children for sure. When
at all.
Iris came in with me that first time, Bonita definitely hissed at her because she was too much.
When Betty came in, she avoided her.
Yeah,
big time.
she hid. I mean, she even hid from me a little bit.
She didn't hide from me at all. She was like, "Oh my God! Thank God you're here. Thought you were never coming back."
Right. Deadpool says, dodges my pet and walks away when I go near him, so I get the cold shoulder hard.
Yeah.
Right. Mean says, I think Amanda got a cold shoulder from Bonita for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, for like not even, And really, I think some of that was just like she wasn't sure who was coming into the room, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but as soon as like she smelled me and I pet her, she was like, oh, okay, you're back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like when I first came in, I think she went over there or whatever, but then I just went over to her and petted her, and she was like, oh, it's you.
Yeah. So what was interesting is these guys had just a big gravity feeder, so it was basically just a big, big tub of food that just would constantly feed. So that was all set and good. And then for our cats, because we didn't want them to have constant 24/7 food, we got 2 automated feeders, thank you Turner, and set those up on like regular intervals to drop out just a little dry food twice a day on the days the feeder was coming, and 4 times a day when she wasn't. And when we got back, one of those was completely empty, and the other one was like the bowl that they could access was overflowing. Like they just didn't care about that one. I don't know. I don't know.
Use that second one. I feel like it was because it was
too close to the trash. Yeah.
Even though the trash was basically empty.
And the trash was empty, pretty much.
I think it was just location. They liked that one in the living room and didn't like the one in the kitchen.
Like, oh, I don't want to walk another 6 feet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Deadpool says, and he's 18 years old. I think he's starting to forget or has, I can't think of the word, because sometimes he walks around like he's lost, Alzheimer's and meows. Or dementia. So I can pick him up and hold him, and he starts to realize where he is. Maybe. Is it worse at like sundown? That's a very Alzheimer's connection.
Really?
Yeah, sundowning. My grandmother had it bad.
That's weird.
I think it's just something about that moment in time is.
It's the sprinklers.
just very, things change. It's just disturbing. Yeah, it's worse at night. Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, cool. So yeah, we went to Michigan for 2 weeks to hang out with Amanda's family. If you have questions about all that, please feel free to ask. While we were there, however, and if you were paying attention to our TikTok, I may have posted something somewhere else. We visited the Tiny Lions Cat Cafe to check it out.
In Ann Arbor.
In Ann Arbor, which is partnered with the Huron Valley Humane Society? Huron Valley Humane Society.
It's technically the Humane Society of Huron Valley.
Okay. The HSHV.
Right, exactly. I was just going to say that.
Yeah, because I could not find them to tag them, and then I
HSHV.
found it after the fact.
Yeah.
I was like, But yeah, it was pretty cool. Compared to the one we saw before we left in Burbank, it was very much more comfy and homey.
It was much more the type of thing I had sort of envisioned.
Yeah.
Or had in mind.
Right. Janine asks, did you miss Netflix while you were gone? Not really.
I mean, we had access to Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, we could have
gone,
watched it if we wanted.
But we just chose not to.
Yeah, I kind of felt like we're on a vacation, not going to fall into the same patterns.
Routine. So we just sat there silently on our phones and computers next to each other on the couch without
Way
the
better.
TV on.
We did end
Until
up,
the last 3 nights when we discovered the Olympics were on, and then we started watching the Olympics. Because my grandmother passed away, which was part of the reason we went to Michigan for her funeral service. And her and my mom are about a mile apart. And so, because my mom doesn't have a lot of space at her house, but they really wanted to spend as much time as possible with the girls, the girls spent the night, slept at my parents' house, but then we would go, when we put the girls to bed, we would go back to my grandma's house and sleep there, because there's just more space and better shower and stuff. And so we had the house to ourselves, so we could kind of just stay up as late as we wanted. We could watch TV. We could sort of do whatever we wanted. We didn't really have to worry about disturbing anybody or keeping anybody awake, which was nice. So the last few nights we stayed up late and watched the Olympics, which was kind of fun. It's been years since I've seen, decades. I understand they only come around every 4 years.
yes,
And
although in this case 5.
but yeah, it's been literally decades since I've watched the Olympics.
But now with surfing and skateboarding.
Yeah, there was skateboarding.
And
it was
there's
fun.
2 other sports they added, but I can't think of them right offhand.
And then there were several nights when we were just not even near a TV. We stayed 3 nights with my dad, who lives out in the middle of the woods.
Yes.
We stayed 1 night at a campground with my cousins, and
It's
then
important to specifically say it was a Christian campground.
it's not important to say that.
Super important to say.
And then one of the nights we stayed, my mom's best friend had the night of my grandma's funeral, she had a big bonfire party at her place, which is out in the country, and we slept there.
All right, Deadpool, I will get to that question in a second. Janine said, this is the follow-up to what Mean said. Mean says, Sam and Amanda live for cats and Netflix, to which Janine said, Sam lives for more than cats. Accurate, but also...
But what does that mean?
Board games and pizza and beer, probably.
Does that mean I only live for cats
You
and
only live for
Netflix,
cats
but
and
you
Netflix.
live for more than that?
I have a more diverse palette.
I think they clearly don't
Of
know
hobbies.
us very well. Sam's palette is very narrow of
Nope.
music, interests, hobbies,
No.
friends.
What I find acceptable...
Mine is much more diverse in all of the categories.
All right, anyway, cat-related and important.
Also, I really love dogs and puppies.
Janine says, kind of, Amanda.
Other
You live
animals.
for cats and your family, I think.
I mean, I'm very
That's not inaccurate.
child-centered at the moment because I have small children. But
Yeah, once
you know,
those kids are 18, she'll be back at the club twerking.
yeah, I mean, before they came around,
That was a
I
joke.
was.
It was 100%
I
a
was
joke.
a globe trotting, club twerking woman. No.
All right, Deadpool.
Only a little. But
I want to
you
get
know.
Deadpool. This is actually a cat-related
I
question.
did a lot of things before we had kids.
Didn't we all?
I traveled the world.
Yeah.
Volunteered in Thailand. I rode a bicycle up the entire Pacific coast.
It's true. She did do a lot of stuff.
Did cool
A
stuff.
swinging gal. I wonder if Sam
and
uses
I'm
20 sided
gonna-
die to choose what to watch.
I hiked through Spain. I'm gonna do some cool shit when these kids are gone too. You watch. As long as you stay in shape and can join me.
Circles of shape. Deadpool asks, sort of asks, asks,
Oh.
how do you suggest I introduce a new kitten to him because I'm thinking of getting one?
You can answer this.
For starters, I will give you the blanket caveat that when getting a new kitten, we as fosters always recommend getting 2 kittens because they will play with each other and occupy each other. And
This is an 18-year-old cat.
yes,
Definitely get 2 kittens.
yes.
Keep going.
That being said,
But yeah, because you kind of didn't finish your statement.
um,
Because they're gonna drive your 18-year-old cat insane.
they're also going to learn from each other what is an acceptable amount of, biting and clawing and
Yeah,
things
you
like
want
that.
them to use up. They're gonna have like crazy kitten energy till they're like 10 months old at
Yeah.
least, and you want them to use that up on each other and not on your senior cat.
All right. So that being said, when you have your 2 new kittens, you are going to put them in a room that you can close off. A bathroom is perfectly acceptable as long as you have enough room to put like a litter box and some food and stuff like that. They'll probably be in there
Spare
for
bedroom
a
and
few
that.
weeks. And what you want to
1 week.
depends on your cat and them. Make sure you continue to give your cat as much attention as you previously have. You don't want to ostracize that cat by suddenly giving all of your attention to these new cats.
Or even give them more attention.
Yeah, give your old cat more attention.
Yeah.
Unless it decides to give you the
Unless it
cold
doesn't
shoulder
want it.
and doesn't want it, it'll tell you. But you'll have the new cats in a special room. Start to feed both cats on either side of that door or somewhere they can see and or smell each other, preferably.
Where they're like aware of each other.
Yeah, but
they can't necessarily be like face to face.
Right. Having that crack under the door is great. They can see a little, they can hear, they can smell.
And the reason that you're feeding them or giving them like treats or something is so that they associate something pleasant with that other cat being around or nearby.
Right. At some point, you probably want to give those new cats like a bed with a blanket or something, and then swap that blanket that they've been sleeping on with one that your old cat sleeps on, so they get more accustomed to each other's smell. I don't know, anything else?
Smell is super important.
Yeah.
Do that a lot. And then eventually what I would do is like take the new ones out of the bathroom or bedroom or whatever room you have them in, put the old cat in it so that cat can kind of sniff around and explore and take all of that in without actually needing them. And the other cats can do the same and they can explore your home and get comfortable in the home. That way they're getting comfortable in a new place, they're getting comfortable with you before they have to meet the new pet or the other pet, and then they kind of get comfortable with the home and then they finally meet face to face. And when they do meet face to face, you can kind of distract them with toys and other things to kind of keep the mood light, keep their energy focused at each other, and they'll probably get along fine. Kittens are very adaptable.
Yeah.
And your senior cat is so old,
They probably
won't care very much, as long as the cat's not bothering them, But if your cat does get like upset or aggressive or whatever, then I always say like if a fight breaks out or something, just separate them, try again later, If a little hissing, like a smell, and then a hiss happens, that's okay as long as there's no like swatting or anything. That's just them kind of working out their hierarchy or whatever, and that's fine.
Deadpool asks, so how should I do the actual face-to-face, which I feel like we kind of just touched on.
Yeah, I mean, you just eventually then you just sort of let them in the same room and you watch them.
Yeah.
And just see what they do.
And again,
and
I mean,
kind of just be there in case you're needed.
Yeah. I mean, they'll give you signs to when they're kind of ready to move into that phase. Like, you know, it could take a week, it could take 2 weeks, it could take 3 or 4. You know, how long was it with Inara?
I mean, like, so, you know, we only kept Inara in the bathroom for, it was less than a week, a few days. And, you know, but it can take a while for them to be fully comfortable with each other, so you might want to like introduce them when you're around and you can watch them, and then if you have to go, you maybe separate them, you know, when you're not around for a little while, just until everybody's like totally comfortable. Just, you know, slow, steady introductions are best. You can also use if like your senior cat seems to be having a hard time with it, you can use things like pheromone aids like diffusers or pheromone spray or pheromone powders, which are just
Feliway makes a bunch of different varieties.
You know, they lessen anxiety and stress and that kind of thing in cats. Catnip and toys are good distractions too. Give them all, you know, treats and stuff.
Collar, that's the diffuser.
If you don't want to get 2 kittens, I would suggest getting, you know, a slightly older, like maybe a 1-year-old cat or something, who's not going to be super crazy kitten energy, or trying to find a kitten that's like very mellow or something. And making sure that you have a lot of time to spend playing with it with like wands and lasers and stuff, so that it's not harassing your older cat.
Yeah.
Or just give your older cat sort of like a safe space, safe haven, somewhere that it can go to escape and get away from the youngster if it wants to, like its own little room or, you know, a cat tree or somewhere. I mean, not that the kitten couldn't get on the cat tree, but I don't know, something.
Right.
Some space.
Along those lines, so we are fosters, these are our foster cats, but we do have 2 cats of our own in the other rooms of the house. And we are going to be doing something very similar with them in the near future as we make way for new fosters to come in. We need to get them acclimated to being in the rest of the house with those cats. So we're going to end up doing a variety of those things.
Yeah. We're definitely going to do the whole like scent swap, which we've already done a little bit of.
And they've, you know, they can see each
definitely
other
met
under
under
the
the
door several
They're
times.
very aware of each other. So we're gonna bring those cats in, take these cats out, bring those cats in so they can explore the room. They've already had sort of a accidental encounter in the hallway once, which was, you know, Bonita attacked. But that part of that could have been her like mother instincts coming out, because at the time this room was full of all of her kittens who were much younger. I'm hoping kind of that's what it was, and with the proper introduction she'll be a little bit less aggressive and a little bit more chill.
Yeah. Mean said a while ago, when the kids leave, you'll be too old and just want to sit on your rocking chairs and watch cats. Amanda's really young.
Did you say I'm really young? It's true.
Yep.
40's the new
Babies having
20
babies.
here.
What?
So our plan with these guys, we tried, you know, as some of you know, a few weeks ago, we tried a day of having Bonita and Cutie in the girls' room, which went okay.
It was okay.
Cutie was totally comfortable and fine. Bonita hid under the bed, but that was 100% to be expected, and she didn't like freak out. She was just kind of like, I'm gonna chill under here.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't try and climb out of the window.
Yeah, like she was you know, she came to me, she let me pet her and stuff.
Yeah.
And she ate and went to the litter box, but she was just kind of like, I'm just going to chill here for a little while.
Yes.
I feel like if we had been able to keep that up, it would have
gotten better.
been better. Yeah, and been fine.
Yeah.
But there were several factors that didn't allow for that. One was like all the kittens were being adopted right then, and so it felt like weird timing. We were going out of town, and then also I have this big challenge of like the girls have all these toys that have itty bitty little pieces, you know, things like Barbie accessories and Legos and stuff, and so
we can't keep
they're just
that
all
room
over
clean.
their room all the time, like every day. Like I spent 4 hours cleaning it, and then the next day I go in there and it's a disaster again. So it's not really feasible to use that room for us. And unfortunately, it's really the only other room in this house with like an actual door, whereas it's a separate room.
Yeah.
So I think we came up with a fairly decent plan today, which we're going to try, which is we're going to set up our condo in the living room. And we are going to try taking Bonita and Cutie out to the condo for like a couple hours, not a long time, just a couple hours every day, consistently for like a week.
Yeah. But for those of you who don't know, it is a cat condo. It's a 4-level
It's like
crate,
a big giant
essentially.
cage, like
It's
sort
like
of.
crate on crate on crate on
It's
crate.
big. And so, you know, obviously they're already familiar with it because we had it in this room a few weeks ago when all of the babies were younger, because we would put them in it at nighttime. And Bonita, you know, when the door was open, she'd hop in there occasionally and sniff around and whatever. So she's pretty familiar with it. She might, you know, at first be like, what the heck, why am I in here? And be a little bit freaked out, but I feel like she'll acclimate pretty quickly. And that will just give us a chance to like have her sort of be in the middle of the house, but still be safe and protected. You know, she can't really hide. It's a little bit of tough love. She's gonna be a little uncomfortable, you know, at first, but like that way she'll be exposed to the house. She'll be able to see everything. She'll be in the center of all the action. She'll be able to see the other cats. They'll be able to meet each other without physically being able to like bite or anything. You know, and I feel like if we do it consistently for several days, eventually she's just gonna get over it. And eventually, you know, we'll let Cutie, if it were just Cutie, she'd just be out in the living room already. Like, no big deal. So probably after a couple days, we're just gonna let Cutie out, and she'll be able to watch Cutie kind of explore the house, to meet the other cats, and she'll see that that's no big deal, you know, and then hopefully, if our plan goes according to plan, we'll be able to let her out, and like everything will be fine. Really hoping. I'm gonna put like belly weight diffusers in like every outlet in the house. I am gonna put a sentry collar on Bonita and one on Anara. Put some catnip everywhere. I don't know.
So there may be a few days with weird hours as far as the stream goes, where either we end up playing a playlist or
when
we'll
they're just
see.
like not in the room.
We'll see
the
what
first
happens.
time we do it, we'll take Ari and Anara and bring them here. So you guys will be able to see Ari and Anara in this room, and we'll let them explore and smell everything. So that way Bonita and Cutie can kind of like see the house without the cat thing the first, you know, 1 or 2 times. We'll do it that way.
I'm going to flip the order on these. Janine says, doesn't the pantry have a doorless doorway? Yeah, there's no door there. It is just a open... it just opens up into the kitchen.
There's no door.
There was a door there at one point, but not while we've lived here.
Our den is just like a doorway to the living room, and it just has curtains. And our bathroom obviously has a door, but our bathroom, first of all, is super tiny, and the door, it's a pocket door. It's like a sliding door that slides into the wall, and so it's heavy, it's awkward to move, it doesn't like shut all the way. It doesn't lock.
Yeah, it's
it doesn't
not.
latch. It's
Yeah, it sucks.
It's not ideal, especially
this kind of
with
thing.
cats that might be trying to get in and out and stuff.
Okay, Deadpool says, oh, should I do the same thing with my 2 dogs, do the whole under the door thing? Yes, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the energy of your dogs, but yes, at the very least, do that.
The way that I introduced
Anara to
our
Charlie.
kitten to our dog was that I was like very strict with my dog and made my dog lay down. And every time she tried to sit up, I say, no, lay down. And I'd make her lay down. And I would let the cat come to the dog and sniff all around the dog and walk all around the dog and climb on top of the dog and just explore the dog. And I just made the dog lay down and sit still. Because, you know, my dog was, how old was she?
8?
No, way
Oh,
younger.
no way.
She was like
wait.
3 or 5. When did we get Anara?
We were built
She's
the
9.
apartment,
She
so.
was 8. 5. Charlie was 5 when we got Anara.
Yeah.
And she still had a lot of energy at that age, my dog. And she was like a 50, 60 pound dog. And Anara was an 8-week-old kitten. So, yeah, that's how we introduced them. And then once it seemed like the kitten was like okay with the dog and was comfortable around her, then we kind of let the dog have a little bit more sort of leeway. The first few times they met was while Anara was still in the bathroom, and we just opened the door and we let Charlie sit in the, like, lay down in the hallway and just look into the bathroom, but we didn't let her come into the bathroom. And she just had to watch for like 2 days until Anara finally came over to start like sniffing her and exploring her. And then they played. Once they got to know each other, they would play a lot in the living room, and they'd wrestle each other, and, you know, we always kind of supervised. And they got to be really good friends. They actually were better friends than Anara and my other cat.
Yes.
Which, Anara just doesn't like cats very much. She's much more a people person or like a dog person. Like, she's not really a cat person.
Yeah.
Which might just because she was a kind of a solo kitten. Like, I wonder if she had stayed with some of her other kittens.
Sure.
Siblings or something, if she'd been. What are you doing, cutie?
Yeah. Mean says, did you just call Anara a person?
I did.
Yes.
We're all people.
Everyone's a people. Cats and dogs are persons. Did you clip the butt bath? I was wondering what got clipped there as well, because the thumbnail is before it went to this angle. Except us, we're not real. That's true. But along those lines, I did want to take a minute to acknowledge Means and Janine, who during our 2-week trip kept the stream going with the night and morning mode. So thank you so much for manually doing all of that nonsense. I'm very sad my timer didn't work. Well, apparently part of it worked, which messed everything else up. But yeah, thanks again for all of that. And speaking of the technical side of things, now that I'm back, we'll get everything else that was messed up working and things like that. I'll get camera 6 back in this room soon, and try and clean up some of the other functions. So right before we left, the software we used for camera 5 updated, dramatically updated, and invalidated some of the scripting that I had created to use in the stream, the cam switcher, which is why !5 does not work the way it used to work. So hopefully I can find a workaround for that. They like literally got rid of interface that used to be there, so I have to sit down with it and see what I can do. But yes, I also got the stream wall. The emote wall is back on. If there's anything else people notice that is messed up,
Oh,
let me
you
know.
had that camera turned and you totally missed that. That was hilarious. She was laying right there and like a fly or something came by and she like flipped over.
Yeah.
And then fell off.
Let's go back.
It was so funny.
I
I made a clip earlier of there is a fly in here. Clip earlier of Cutie chasing the fly.
Mean says, I only just discovered about a week ago that the Aria picture that is the watermark winks on Discord. Yes. If you, what is it, like if you hover on the Discord one, it winks. And that is thanks to, oh man, I can't remember offhand who did that. I mean, it's a pretty simple mod, but I was going to say GT, but I don't think that's right. I think it was... no, it's not. It wasn't anyone you would immediately. Was it Ace? Gosh, I'm gonna feel so bad when I remember who it actually was, and I think it was everyone else. Turner or Ace? Not Turner. Was it Ace? Gosh. Trying to find where they posted it. I feel like it's someone who hasn't been in chat in a little while. While I look for that, so we did something new since this was the big first official chat stream since our vacation. I did like an event post in the announcements on our Discord. Speaking of Discord. And let me bring this up really quick. For anyone who didn't see this happen, I wonder if I can just drag this into here. Yes, does that work? Oh, it's not loading. No, that doesn't work. I have to do it as a thing. But so yeah, it created an invite in our announcements. And it said when the event was happening, the date, the time, and it gives you like 3 reactions, like a green check, a red X, and a question mark for like an RSVP. So if you actually hit the accepted, the green check, it sends you a Discord reminder. I think it's a DM, like 15 minutes before the chat. So I don't know, only like 5 or 6 people, I think. 4 or 5 people technically, because I'm one of those 6, utilized it, but I was curious if you thought I should do that going forward on all streams or all chats. I think I'm going to. Yeah, that is the Apollo thing. Who was Apollo on that invite? Yeah, so Apollo is the bot that runs that, and will send you the RSVP as a direct message. If I could change Apollo's name to something cat-related, I would. Means asks, so Grandma Betty got a good send-off. 2. 2 send-offs, yes, yeah. Yeah, I saw the reminder at 21:30, so only if you're on Discord or if you have your phone, probably. The reminder is helpful. Yeah, it is only on Discord, though you can then, from our original invite post, add it to a Google Calendar. So you could create your own invite that way. And they actually have a thing, I haven't tested this yet, obviously, but it does let you repeat the event, so I can do it for each one. That Apollo threw me off. Oh, really? But now you know. Yeah, I'm hoping more people utilize that, because I think that helps. I think my real question about it was, should I leave it in announcements, or should I create a new channel that is just like events, and then just they'll be there. I don't know. If people have thoughts on that, let me know. And we'll get to viewer questions in a little bit, I guess. Still trying to figure out who made that winky face. Maybe it's in cats.
You can find it later.
No, must acknowledge now that I have said things. Alright. I'll find it and remember it for Saturday and give a special shout out at that point, I guess. Alright. Mean says, I saw there was a bit that said copy link, and I had wondered a couple of times if I should repost it somewhere, if the invite would still come out the same from the link. Oh, that's a good question. I don't actually know. Let me take a look at the original thing. I just want to bring this up so we can actually show off what we're talking about. Window capture. Yeah. Discord. There we go. I'm going to crop this and make it bigger. So that's it right there. Sure, we'll leave it like this. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is I'm over here at this Discord event. Let's crop out the channels. So you can see at the bottom, this is where you would RSVP. If you saw this and didn't know, plus this has two admin things at the end there, the trash can and the edit pencil. But yeah, so I'll probably do this for going forward for all of our chats just to see how that works, if that helps remind people, if it's positive and things like that. I mean, feel free to ignore it or utilize it so that you get the RSVPs. So wait, who said they got the thing? So Janine, I assume as a tentative, you also got a reminder, RSVP. Well, I wanted to see what it would do when the actual event happened. So I wanted to, so I RSVP'd so I would see like what the direct message looked like and all that. Otherwise, I'd be like, I don't know, I guess it sends a pigeon to your house and then the pigeon's like, hey man, it's time for that thing. Anyway, but that's what it looks like. So look for more of those. There should be one for Caterday's chat up in the next 24 hours. In theory.
Cutie is just watching something very intently outside.
Gotta get a camera out there.
Is it just like reflections in the glass, or
maybe
something outside? That
pigeon would be awesome.
Is there something out there?
Can't see that. Except the grill. No, I don't see anything. What are you seeing? I don't know.
Switch it to 5.
Nope.
No, the other 5.
I understand.
Oh, she's up there. She's just hard to see because it's dark.
Yeah. Not email. So it actually sends a direct message to you on Discord. So if you're in your Discord, do you use the mobile version, Janine, or the browser version? Here, let's bring this back up and do it dealy. So if I do this and this, let's go to
Isn't that fly again?
hang on. Okay, we can drop this all down. So that very top is not a server anymore. So above this folder, this where it says home, if you click on this, these are now your direct messages. So here's Apollo, and it sent me this reminder here that says event starting an hour ago. Wait, what? Does it change that or something? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's so boring. I love it.
Maybe if you pay attention, you'd know what our chat started. You too. But yeah, not an email, it's a direct message. And if you don't know where direct messages are, that's what we're talking about. We're done with Discord.
Okay, thank you.
Unless somebody else wants to talk about Discord. By the way, for those of you,
The red thing.
that's the Discord browser. They can't see that. It's an invisible.
There's a big red dot on your forehead.
Yes, it's because I had that selected.
Like you're a,
Oh my god.
like you're a,
Maybe open this.
like somebody's got a silencer pointed at you. That's called.
If you didn't already know, we do have a Discord. You can follow it there and post or find pictures of cute animals. Not just RSVP to events. All right. And also well timed on that floofbot with our blog. Thanks. Do you have other updates? So, Cutie and Bonita are available for adoption. We have had no real movement on that since we've been away. Does it make any noise? At 9, I was staring at Cute Avalanche with bated breath, not at Discord. It might make noise. It depends on your Discord settings. And how come all of those emotes didn't emote? Those just came through as text. Weird.
There's not a charger up there, is there?
Yeah, because Camera 6 is not in here. Mercedes, what's up, Renee?
Wait, I need to take another picture.
Renee says, hey, Sam. Hey, Amanda.
Hi, Renee.
Or you can reverse. Hey, Sam and Amanda. Anyway, how's it going, Renee? Welcome back to us.
How are you doing?
Good to see you again. And hello, Phantom. Mean says, oh, I do have a home button. Ha 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 ha. For those of you just joining us, I'm Sam. This is Amanda. We're your fosters. We've been fostering cats for 4 years. We've been on vacation for 2 weeks. And so we're just doing some updates. We do these chats 4 times a week. Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 9 p.m. That's our local time. Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. and Mondays at noon. And right now we were talking about our fosters, Bonita and Cutie Patootie, who will be hopefully adopted really, really soon. But in the interim, we are going to be transitioning them into the rest of the house so that we can bring in new fosters to this room. Renee says, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your vacation. Thank you. It was good. What is she? Is that fly over there?
The fly is on the starlight. Please don't jump on my
Oh
starlight.
God, Bonita.
I thought I should go shake.
It's gone. It moved.
Get it moved.
Mean says, I have heard that people come back from vacations needing a vacation. Is that accurate in your experience? A little bit. And we had a very...
I mean, when we got home, it's not like we had anything pressing happening. So, we had a pretty chill day. I mean, you just worked.
I mostly just need a vacation in which I sleep in my own bed.
Right.
Like, that's really it.
I just
We
need
had
like
a lot of
downtime to just like sleep and
Yeah.
not
Just a
do
little
anything before
decompression.
I like,
Yeah.
unpack and clean.
Yeah.
Yesterday
Yeah.
was
I'm ready.
spent
Back to business as usual.
mostly we had to like get food because the fridge was empty and then
Yes.
I realized that Bridget's my best friend and fellow foster. Bridget's birthday
Oh yeah.
was the day after we left for our trip, so I had ordered her gifts and sent them to her house. And when we got home, there were packages here for us. And then I realized that they were her gifts, and they were sent here by mistake. So we went to deliver those to her yesterday, the girls and I did. And she just moved into a brand new house. The day that we came home was her moving day, so we got to do the whole tour of her brand new house, and that was fun.
Yeah.
That was pretty much all we did yesterday.
That's what you guys did.
Today I just
worked.
unpacked and cleaned
I
and yelled at children.
specifically didn't go with you because I expected to be in a meeting at 5 o'clock.
No.
And then at 5 o'clock I was like, where is this meeting? And then I was like, oh no, it's at 6 o'clock. And then the meeting also didn't happen at 6 o'clock. And then I was like, why? Why did I stay here this whole time? So that was super exciting for me. Then also that same thing happened today when there was no meeting, that I was like,
What?
maybe it was just Thursday and I'm an idiot. But apparently I'm not an idiot.
And they just canceled it and didn't talk.
Well, it was never on the calendar. It was just like a verbal, like,
Oh.
hey, if you're around, we can do this thing.
Weird.
But it was like before we left Michigan.
Mm.
I was like, okay. Anyway, Janine, well, I'll check this clip out in a minute. Said, my parents used to quarrel so much. On vacation, of course, I was just a kid with no worries, and I thought, what's your problem? All right, now let's take a look at this clip.
Hello?
Do I need sound for this clip? Because we really don't have that. I mean, we do, but we don't. Am I looking at cats on this? There's Cutie. Amanda doing cute stuff. Rihanna. What was that? Wait, I gotta go
That
back.
was the
I
cat
was reading the
jumping.
thing.
She was
Whoa!
jumping behind me.
All right,
Just trying
that's
to
what
get
it
that
was.
line. That was
That
hilarious.
was a very good clip. And,
Oh my god,
All right,
she's
well,
so funny.
I
I
had
clipped
to post
earlier
that somewhere.
of her on the bed. Oh gosh, trying to get it.
Nice. That's what we need is no more toys, just flies. Oh my God, Bonita! She's fine, by the way. Mean says, would that be because people pack a lot of things into their vacation so they can experience everything, so it
Yeah.
would depend on what type of vacation you go on? Yes,
Yeah,
I think that's accurate.
so. I think like if you're going to like, you know, a tropical island in like an all-inclusive resort
Yeah.
where you're just like laying on the beach the whole time, you know, then
So-
you're good. But if you're visiting family and trying to see a lot of people, or if
Yeah.
you're like visiting another country and you're trying to like sightsee and like see all the different things or go to all the different places, then you're,
So,
you
oh,
know.
that was very cute as well.
Oh my
Our
gosh,
our
she's so
vacation was both. It was like two weird vacations. It was both very active and completely not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know how to describe it. But like Amanda was saying earlier, like we went to a lot of places, so there was a lot of driving, a lot of, you know, like 3-hour drives
Yeah.
kind of things, and we spent a lot of nights in different places on different levels of not beds,
Yeah.
things like that. And there was a lot of like, you know, just like getting by on food kind of nights and stuff like that, where it was like not real like big meals or anything like that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. But yeah, overall,
But
it
then
was
there
really
was-
just
but then
not
there was
doing
some
anything.
days where we didn't do anything.
No,
like,
I mean,
the
even the
days
days
that-
we did stuff, we weren't doing stuff.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we were like at my dad's, or
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean, the camp day was a pretty full day. I mean,
yes, the day after when we woke up on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, that was.
So-
I mean, I was at the beach with the girls. I don't know what you were doing. You were just talking to Dom, I guess. But
Why
like
were you at the beach?
after the fair,
Oh, after the fair.
I had to do.
Yeah, I
the
don't know
whole-
why I didn't get to go to that.
You were there. You were
I
just
didn't know
talking
where
to
you
Dom.
guys went. You just were gone.
I was in like the water slide thing the whole time.
Oh, that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was just. That's right.
Anyway, I don't know.
Right,
There were
so-
the days that we were like at my mom's. Sam worked, so that was the
Yeah.
other thing. Was that like Sam worked
It was a working
for
vacation.
most of the time? Like the days that we traveled, he didn't work. But then, you know, like the 3 days after we got there, he worked, and then he had off for the day of my grandma's funeral. off for the weekend, and then the 3 days that we were at my dad's in the middle of the woods, he was off because we didn't know if there would be Wi-Fi, and then he had to work, and then he had the weekend off, and then he had to work again, and then we came home, and so it was a lot of like on and off working. And the days that he worked, he stayed at my grandmother's house by himself and just worked. So it was like a very quiet, chill day for him, I imagine. Yeah. And it was pretty chill for me because like I just went to my mom's to kind of hang out with my mom, but like they were very wrapped up in hanging out with the girls, so I wasn't really like taking care of the kids all that much because they were kind of with just grandpa the whole time.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So it was like, pretty relaxing on one side.
But then at the other side there was a lot of like, we have to go here and do this, and then we have to go here and do this, and then we have to go to this house, this like the funeral on Friday, and then up north on Saturday for the next funeral, and then there was always a luncheon, and you have to meet a lot of people and say hi to people you haven't seen in years, and then there was like the bonfire thing, and then the next day we went somewhere else. Oh, we had to visit my grandparents and my other grandparents, and seeing a lot of people. I didn't really get to see. I have like a couple friends that I would have really liked to have seen. That I just honestly didn't have the like energy to like do it this time.
I mean, even when we hung out with Dawn, it was like end of a very long day already.
Oh, very. Yeah, we were all so exhausted.
Kind of bad timing on that, but all right. Renee says, crazy thing my cat does when she sees a fly. She gets excited, her mouth moves and nothing comes out. It's like her jaw twitches, but nothing comes out. It's weird. She's always done that, almost too excited maybe. Yeah.
The cats do that a lot when they see birds outside of a window also. It's like a like a chitter thing.
It's the tiger chortle without the sound.
Chortle,
I think it's that certain cats just can't make that sound.
But a lot of cats, it's just silent.
Yeah.
Just saw that fly.
Janine says, I think the cats were more sedate before you got home. For sure. They seemed very bored.
Oh, they were very sleepy.
The stream, every time I looked, they seemed so bored.
Like they were totally bored.
I was really sad for them.
Totally sleeping just all the time.
Which is hopefully why they'll take to getting out of this room.
They've been really active in the morning. Like in the morning when I wake up and
right
I'm still in bed and they're like in the bed with me, they've been wrestling with each other every morning, like full on, like chasing, rolling around, like, wrestling and biting, not like fighting, but just the way kittens wrestle and play, the way like litter mates wrestle and play, but like, Bonita and her, it's like, it's so cute.
Mean says tiger chuff, they say on We Bought a Zoo. Speaking of We Bought a Zoo, the monkey in We Bought a Zoo? We met that monkey. He had other animals from that, Yeah, we, so the...
He doesn't do that anymore,
no,
that guy retired. Yeah,
the school that Amanda taught at and subs at now used to, I mean, maybe after COVID they will again, but they used to have like a annual fair, and at that fair they would have an animal...
It was called like an animal show.
But
it was a guy
who
specifically worked with all of these different types of animals that were actors essentially. And most of them, a lot of them were.
So
and they were almost all animals that he had rescued from other people or people who had them illegally or like he was a licensed something or another, and like the sort of if people had these like exotic pets illegally and they weren't supposed to have them, they would get confiscated, and then they would call this guy to like actually take care of them in the right way. But he had like a spider monkey. I think it was the same one that was in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, that sounds right.
And maybe Friends.
No, I think he
and then he had like a porcupine. He had
bear cat.
Was it a sloth or bear cat?
Bear cat.
And a baby alligator and a crazy bird and
a lot of his animals were in that particular movie.
In the zoo movie. Yeah.
Janine says, Cutie needs a few more inches. I haven't seen her get in a full body lock with Bonita yet. Oh, so size-wise?
Yeah, Bonita's
she's
still
getting
got
there.
a few pounds on her.
Yeah, I thought when we came back she was going to be the same size, but she's still got a little while.
I mean, occasionally you
weeks.
can't tell who's who on the stream, but
Sure.
for the most part you can.
Yeah.
Their faces are very different.
They are. Also, if you can see like the top down, her back has like a gray diamond or not a diamond, but a gray patch, whereas Bonita actually has a black patch there. No,
They have the same markings.
they're similar.
It's just hers are a little bit more like pronounced. I think.
Yeah, her
Her
contrast is darker.
Yeah, the contrast. That's the word I was
Yeah.
looking for. Her
And
darks
she's
are
shinier
darker
too,
and her
but I don't
legs
know
are
that
lighter.
that comes across.
She's shiny. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's super shiny.
She's very shiny.
Yeah, very shiny. They're both very like smooth, sleek, silky fur, but she's definitely shinier
There you go.
by far.
Does it translate on the camera? Kind of. About what time do you think you will read the questions?
Oh yeah, do we have questions?
We have at least one question, which is why Janine's asking.
I also have a thing.
I don't know soon. A thing? Then do your thing and then we'll read questions. That's the thing!
No. So along the lines of like trying to get these cats comfortable being not in this room, one of the main reasons for that, other than the fact that we are pretty confident we're going to have them for several more months, is we're going to get new fosters, hopefully. So I've already contacted Kitten Rescue to let them know that we are available and willing to take on new fosters. I told them specifically that I did not want a mom with kittens because that is generally what they try to give me all the time because we have so much experience with that. But because of Bonita, we're not going to go there right now. So I said that I was available to take any motherless kittens from newborn to 5 weeks. So I don't really know what we're going to get, or how many we're going to get, or how old they'll be, or whatever.
But it's going to be soon.
But yeah, it will probably be really soon because kittens are coming into the shelters
Yeah,
every
there's
day.
like a new wave of kittens.
Yeah, it's like second kitten season wave.
Yeah.
Of newborns being born right now, so there's a lot. And probably be bottle babies because there aren't a lot of bottle baby feeders available right now. And there are more people who are willing to take weaned kittens or experienced with weaned kittens.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Could be tomorrow, could be next week.
Yep.
Probably won't be that long.
All right, questions? Should we do it? Ready?
Yeah.
I hope this still works. I assume it's over there since Bonita's looking at the wall, which no cat would do. All right. Hopefully this still works. It's been 2 weeks. I have a little... Hey! That just says number 3. I think somebody hit the question thing when they wanted to do the camera thing.
Does that mean there's no questions?
No, Janine definitely has a question in this. With new kittens, we will love you more. Okay.
Who said that?
Janine. All right. Oh, I think there's multiple Janine questions. Janine asks.
What the heck?
That's a new word for you. Do you have any news of Bonita's siblings?
No, I do not.
Next question.
I haven't heard from that girl in a while. Haven't really had any reason to. I mean, I let her know. I kind of updated her a little bit when the babies were born and like as they were growing and stuff. I I'm not sure if I let her know when they got adopted. I should probably do that because I don't think I did.
Okay.
Let her know about Hunk and Dreamboat and Foxy and their adoptions. But yeah, I don't really know. I know that she had given away one of the boys and I think another one. I don't know whatever happened with that other female that they weren't sure if she was pregnant or not. My guess is that I'm thinking she got all of them rescued because she had a lot of people contacting her and kind of helping her with these, figure out, you know, sort of rescue and homes for these cats that she had been feeding and taking care of. Like the girl who, like, it wasn't even the feeder who posted Bonita. It was this other just random woman. Can I have that? So yeah, my thought is that they probably all got picked up by someone. Otherwise, she probably would have called me and asked me for help.
That reminds me, though, was it before we left, maybe? So for those of you who remember Autumn came from a colony of cats.
So it was while we were gone.
It was while we were gone. And while we were, so she came from a colony of cats that were all basically siblings from like this one crazy cat lady who had been letting them in and out of her house. And so,
I believe it was a man, actually.
Oh really? Whatever. Crazy. Men can be crazy cat ladies.
Neighbor down the street.
Neighbor down the street. And so, you know, Amanda had been involved in this and kind of put it out to like a TNR.
So Fabiola is Autumn's feeder, and her and I communicated a lot. Obviously, Autumn ended up going back to her, and I knew that there were several cats on her property, and none of them were spayed and neutered. And she had been really wanting to get them spayed and neutered, but just needed some help and resources and stuff. And so I'd been telling her kind of after I gave Autumn back that like I really wanted to try and help her. Sam and I had thought about, you know, how we could help, and we realized it just was beyond us being able to like personally do. So when the beginning of spring happened and I knew kitten season was going to be rolling around, I contacted Sandra from Kitten Rescue and asked her if we had any TNR people who could maybe help with this, because I figured, based on talking to Fabiola, it was about probably a dozen cats that were there, and Autumn was the only one who was spayed. And I knew if she wound up with kittens, I'd be getting a phone call. Right. So, so Sandra told me to ask Elizabeth, who is another foster who does a lot of TNR for Kitten Rescue. So Elizabeth and her friend Heather went out and met with Fabiola and TNR'd her whole bunch there a couple months ago. Right. And there had been one mom with a litter who they couldn't get. And so they basically did everybody else, and they ended up coming back for her. Like once the kittens were older, they took the kittens, got the kittens fostered, spayed, neutered, adopted, and everything. And it was really hard for them to catch this mom. She just was avoiding the traps and whatever. So while we were in Michigan, I got the text from Elizabeth that said they finally got that mom. She was the last cat of the whole colony. So that entire colony has been spayed and neutered now, officially done. And the total count was 15. Yeah. For that count. That 15 is the adults. That doesn't include the kittens that were fostered or anything like that. Yeah. So we got that done, which is awesome. Yeah. All right, next question. Did I not hit the, okay. Janine. Okay, in old clips, I see tiny kittens with just bare wall in the background. How are you keeping them contained? I'd have to really see the clips, but... What did the kittens look like? God, what would we have done if it wasn't a test boat? Okay, so there are a few different things. We did have Maggie, and her kittens in that corner. And it was blocked off by the dresser, the end table, and then we had a piece of like a particle board or something.
Right.
And then Maggie just would jump up onto the end table to get in and out.
That's right. We had a
So
makeshift
that was
pen.
one scenario.
Thanks for the
And
host.
then, I mean, it also could just look like a wall, but actually there is Tesco there.
Yeah.
Or another scenario is that we had several litters of itty bitty kittens in that that big like carrier that with the lid comes off.
Oh yeah.
So it could have just been that that was there and the lid was off, so it was like bright and light and looked like the room, but what you're really seeing is not a wall, but it's like the sides of that plastic carrier thing.
Yeah. I'd have to see the clip.
Yeah, I would need to see which kittens you're talking about.
But yeah, we did go through several different formations of barriers and things in that area.
That was before we had the 3-door, like the top opening crate. When we got Maggie.
Right.
We just decided to do that corner because before that we had used the really old rusty crate with the pan loop litter. And so we didn't want to use that again with Maggie. And so that's why we got that new crate with the top door.
Janine says if I see the litter makeup, I'll try to note colors. If you can get a screenshot, get a screenshot.
Yeah.
All right. And all right. Fledgling the dog says, how is it good the no if to? I mean, I guess.
I think so.
Yeah, I would agree to that. That seems about right.
Yep.
So.
Next question.
Yep. Okay. Slightly more confusing. No, Janine asks, Bonita looks like she gained some weight while you were gone? Question mark.
I say yes. I mentioned that earlier today.
With our own cats. So what Aria did and Anara dropped. Is that what you think? Yeah. Yeah.
I think Aria plumped out a little bit and Anara lost a little bit.
And a lot of that's just access to dry food. Which
Aria
probably gobbled it all up, and
Aria will
Anara's
always
like,
overeat on the dry food, and Anara will always choose wet food over dry.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. All right.
And I think definitely Bonita filled out a little bit.
Yeah.
A little, not like a ton.
It's not. It's hard to say for me, but yeah, I mean maybe a little bit. All right, I believe that.
I'm definitely now that like we're back. I'm gonna start. I took that feeder, gravity feeder, out of here so that they are not just having a continuous supply of dry food. And I'm gonna try to start getting them to eat more wet food throughout the day, and I'm gonna start just giving them like a measured amount of dry food every day. So when they finish that and it's gone for the day, and then they get more tomorrow. And giving them more wet food to try and get them on a better ratio of wet to dry.
Right. And if we didn't say already, we also got rid of the automatic feeders for Anara and Aria.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. And again, thank you, Turner, for the automatic feeder, which we had put on our wish list. I know Amanda has, speaking of the wish list, updated that. So there are a few new things. We actually, for the first time in a while, I think, need food again. I need to double check with Amanda which kind of food she specifically needs. Specifically. Does it need a little more gravity and a little more feeder? So the one that was in this room did seem to kind of like clog up a little. I'm losing my ability to talk. So like Bonita would have to like shake it and like it would move across the room. She would like try and get it. The one in here didn't work famously. No, it definitely could have let more food out. It's not like it didn't work, but yeah, it would block up portions of the output. The stuff would still come out, but the bowl itself was never like very full. Words are hard. Accurate. I've been sitting in 90-degree heat all day, so this is pretty good for me. And she's back.
This cat litter, Bonita.
Yeah, don't eat this. So yeah, I was just talking about our Amazon wish list. What is our main needs right now?
We need dry food.
Dry food is the need.
We also need Feliway diffusers for the whole trying to get these guys out there thing.
Yes.
Gosh, that fly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Dry food and Feliway are at the top of the list. Also, wellness wet food, which is what these girls eat. No.
The cans?
They don't need that. The cans, yeah. The wellness kitten food.
Okay.
It's in the kitchen.
Okay.
We also need tunnels.
Because they destroyed this one.
The other kitties destroyed that red one. We had to toss that out. And this purple one is ripped now. And the wire's starting to come out. So we need more tunnels.
Yeah.
Which I added to the list. And those are the big things that we really need the most right now. Depending on what we get, if we get bottle babies, we will probably need some KMR eventually. But I do have, I think I have one can in the fridge, and then I think I have one more can, the powder.
Janine says, yeah, I told myself if worse comes to worse, a cat can live one day without food. Yeah. But yeah, they always had a little coming out, if not, a full bowl worth. It never was empty, for sure. I was going to say, not that we're planning on going anywhere anytime soon, but just because of how things were during the vacation, I put some, I think they're Govee, not Philips Hue, but some Govee white light bulbs that are Wi-Fi bulbs, so we can actually set them on timers or control them remotely. But that is low priority. Don't, I would get food before I ask anyone to do that. But if you're so inclined, those bulbs are on there. They're actually pretty cheap.
We did also receive like a gift card recently.
Yes, from Marty and
Tammy. Thank you, Marty and Tammy. So I was able to get a couple things that we needed. Like I got one Feliway diffuser and I got Litter Genie refills, which we really needed and we're completely out of. And I think a scratcher.
Magic Dust Bowl says, feed them. And then
the automatic feeder that they were using, it would be like
Tammy,
the tank part. The tank part would be full, but it looked like the bowl was empty.
Right.
But the cats, if they just like nudged it, it would fall down. Like it would come out. It wasn't like they didn't have food. It just would clear out of the bowl and then, it would have to kind of like come down.
Yeah. Nudge it, come out. Yes.
What's up, Bonita?
So yes, the plastic that you hear is on during the cat hours as a protective underneath.
This is because I wet the bed.
Right.
All of a sudden.
We take that off when we actually sleep there.
Yeah. We put this on every morning. We take it off every night. It's plastic.
Why are you running from me? Why are you doing that?
This is like our actual sheet. There, Joe. And this is the sheet that's covered in cat hair.
Kittens don't wet the bed. You'd be surprised. Read mine, please. Oh, did I miss one?
They definitely wet the bed. These guys don't, but like when they're first learning the litter box or acclimating to a new space, they definitely can. And you know, they have the occasional barf moment or whatever.
Janine, sorry I missed this, said Bonita would like you to send a tunnel and turbo track home with her. She is the queen of ambush.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
We do have a Discord.
Already planning to send a turbo track home with her if the person who adopts her doesn't already have one, which is kind of why you haven't put a second one on our wish list, because I was waiting to see who adopted her and I was going to ask because they may already have one because those are very popular. And if they don't, then I will let them take that one and then I will get a new one.
Entering the Discord. Thank you.
But yeah, a tunnel would be a good thing for her too. She really likes that.
Magic Dust Bowl asks, how old is he? Specifically,
this
cutie, 17 weeks now?
Is 15,
18?
16, 17 weeks.
17 and a half weeks.
Yeah. So
17
four
and a
months
half.
old.
4 months.
She's 4 months. Oh, technically today's the 29th. So she's exactly 4 months old today because she was born on the 29th of March.
There you go. Please do show your kittens on our Discord. We have a whole channel. We have multiple channels. You could do it on cats, Post My Pets, any of those. You could submit them, and then we'll repost them on our social media. If you do the submit pet thing, or even in general, it doesn't matter. Go for it. And let me get into here real quick. And thanks for joining. Magic Dust Bowl. This is Magic Dust Bowl's kitten. I'll show him in a second.
Oh my goodness.
Cute.
So cute. Love it.
Right. He don't cry.
Aww.
Right on. Cool. Is that another one? And all right. Any other? Been talking for a while now. So yeah, for those of you who joined us late, we do these chats 4 times a week. Tuesday and Thursdays at 9 p.m., Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., and Mondays at noon. Those are Pacific times as we're based in Los Angeles. Janine says, when will it show up on Share Your Pets? It's posted on Post Your Pets, and it's already there. It's this here. This was Magic Dust Bowl's kitten, if that is what you were referring to, which I believe you were. And yeah, did I say those are Los Angeles? Yes. So these kittens are available in Los Angeles, or kitten and cat as a pair. Hopefully they'll get adopted soon, but also we'll have new fosters coming in pretty soon.
She also really loves ping pong balls.
Yes.
Which we only have 2.
Not yours, Magic Dust Bowl. These ones are not for sale. They're available for adoption. There is a price attached to that, but it is
an adoption fee to
an
cover
adoption fee.
their spay and neuter and
medical
combo
treatment
tests
and all that stuff.
microchips and
Yeah.
all of the medical that they've had done.
Yeah, all of the cats that come through here get spayed and neutered, microchips vaccinated, dewormed, defleed, combo tested. Did I say microchips?
Yep.
And they're taught to salsa. Results may vary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, taco.
Bonita with her ping pong ball.
Ah, yes.
I put like a pack of ping pong balls on the list too.
Nice.
Because we've never had them before. This is the first time we've had them, and she like loves them. So, and I've heard from other people that they're like a super popular cat toy. So I thought, well, we should get a bunch. So I'll definitely be sending that one home with her.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yikes.
Okay. Alright. Let's see. What else? Do you have anything else going on? Janine, do you exercise? Wait, what? Do you exercise due care? What is that?
I'm taking an Uber, please. As in, like, are you cautious?
Yeah, so we wore masks the whole, not just the whole Uber ride, but the whole plane ride and all that jazz.
Yeah.
From the, you know.
And all the Ubers have, like, hand sanitizer in them. And
Yeah.
they usually have the windows down these days.
Yeah.
Just for airflow and stuff like that.
And yeah.
And we had to take really big Ubers because we have 2 girls who are still in child
booster
seats.
Yeah.
So we took like vans, you know, so we were kind of far back from the one driver.
Check names? What? What does that mean? What does check names mean? Renee says, glad I finally caught you live. Did I say the wrong person, Janine, when I read your thing out? So you don't get in the wrong car. Oh, yeah. No, we always do that.
Yeah.
I always have an awkward moment where I'm like,
Is you?
Like, I check the license plate.
Yeah.
When that.
Yeah, because it gives you like the make, model, color, license plate, like the whole description of the car. So we usually make sure that's all correct before we even talk to the person driving.
But also, you know, it's got to be big enough that we would all fit in it. So generally, that's not gonna be a confusing thing.
With all of our luggage and everything too.
California.
That's actually the first time we've ever taken an Uber with the kids.
Yes.
I mean, you and I have taken them when we've gone out together a couple times.
Yeah.
Not a
Not
ton,
much.
but a couple times when we knew we'd be drinking. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Because we went to the fur ball at the Skirt Ball, which is, so are they doing a live one this year? We'll have to talk about it. Actually, we should put it out there today. California has weird sounds. I think you're just hearing a cat playing with a ping pong ball or static. I'm not
Where
sure.
is she? She's back there. She's got her little ball.
Yep.
Oh.
Whoa, double ball.
Only one of those is a ping pong
I
ball.
know. But they were both balls.
Yes.
So Kitten Rescue, who we volunteer for, we foster through, does an annual fundraising event called the Fur Ball at the Skirt Ball, which is at the Skirt Ball, which is really an event space, but it's next to the Getty Center, which is a pretty famous museum. And it looks like they're doing one. I don't know how interested I am in going to it just
My
yet.
feeling is we will not purchase our own tickets to go to this event this
Right.
year. However, if they offer me a free ticket for being a volunteer, I will take it.
Okay.
Or if they offer us free tickets, or a free ticket
Alright.
for Bridget and I, or what, like last time.
Are you okay with the amount of people that would be there with COVID rates spiking and stuff? I don't know, I guess we have, when does it happen?
It doesn't
August?
happen still for like a few months.
Oh,
It's
a few
in
months?
October.
Oh, it's October.
So,
Alright, we'll see what
you
things
know,
are
by then
like.
things may be better, but as of right now, you're required to wear a mask indoors anyway.
Yeah,
So
but there's risk and then there's risk.
everybody be wearing a mask inside.
Yeah,
And I'm vaccinated.
I know. The girls aren't.
Yeah, but
And
they're
that's-
not going.
But you could carry it. Anyway,
I'm not worried about it.
alright. Being overly cautious. But I was considering, like, we could do a mini fundraiser. It's like $300.
I don't want to go. I don't.
You don't want to go that badly? Alright.
I would rather do the if I wanted to like do a fundraiser for them, I would rather do the marathon fundraiser than
Oh, sure.
the Skirt Ball fundraiser.
Okay.
That's just how I feel about it.
Alright, sounds good. Then that there. Cool. If there's any more questions, throw them down in the chat. Otherwise, I have a feeling we're going to wrap things up soon.
Oh, Mercedes girl, I am glad you finally caught us live too.
Yes.
Because we haven't been live in a long time.
Yeah.
We just got back all day long. I was like, we have a chat tonight. We have a chat tonight. And I was like itching to do it. I was like, I can't wait. I hope people come and talk to us because it's been so long since we've had one. Like I really wanted to do it. And then right before the chat started, I was like, oh man, I'm really tired now. I had so much so much energy earlier this afternoon. So by the time we did dinner and got the kids in bed, I was beat.
Yeah, we'll be posting more event RSVPs for future chats in our Discord. So we'll have reminders, things to look forward to. So keep an eye out for those. Yeah, and unless there's any other questions, our next chat will be Saturday morning. And we'll start getting the rest of the tech back in working order. I think pretty much we've got a lot of things going. We gotta get camera 6 back on and fix some of the code for camera 5, but beyond that, I think we're pretty solid. And then we'll do some more interesting things. I don't know, if you have thoughts on things we should do that you liked, things we've done in the past, like, you know, the Leprechaun game or something along those lines, or anything, I'd love suggestions of where you'd like to see the stream and the chats go, or just special events in general.
Where's your phone go? Oh, there it is. You just being lazy? Taking a break?
Renee says, I checked in a couple of times and then I remember you two were gone for 2 weeks. Or going to be gone for 2 weeks. Popped in last night and saw you were almost home. Right on. Cool. Yeah, I tried to drop a lot of updates in chat throughout our process. Coming back. Means says a cam on the higher closet shelf would be good if possible. Several times there has been a snake tail in view, though of course if you have a cam there, they will stop sitting there. Yeah.
The best thing to do would be to swap cam 2 and cam 1, because when we have cam 1 on the bed, it's a wider shot and you can actually get like the top of the cat tree, most of those shelves, if not all of them.
This here.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. I have no worries about that.
Yeah, that's the best way to make that happen.
Yeah.
Or we just need to like move all that crap so cam 2 can be pushed back so it gets more in its shot, because cam 2 is a no, but it needs to be at the bottom because that's cam 5's angle.
Oh, I was just turning it. I hadn't gotten that far.
Unless you want to switch and have cam 5 pointed down.
No, because it's the night thing. So yeah, it makes more sense for that to be the one that angles down. Do they both sleep with y'all?
Off and on.
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
They spend some, like a good portion of the night by the window in some form of the cat tree, but they come in and out of the bed a lot.
Yeah. Like
they were a lot with down by my feet.
Cutie will sleep up under the pillows and stuff, or like at least hang out.
They were both down by my feet last night for a good portion of the night, and then when I wake up, they'll come up by my head, but while I'm sleeping, they're usually down by my feet.
Eight's frozen again. Oh, good thing I checked while we were here. I don't know what's going on with 8. It seems to freeze more and more frequently.
Is there something wrong with the cable, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer to check in with the chat while we were on our trip, because there was so often so many of the cameras were messed up.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, the girl had just come and wasn't going to be coming back for 2 days, or we just, you know, we didn't want to trouble her too much with like having to adjust a bunch of cameras every time she came, because she couldn't even see on the screen what she was adjusting or what it looked like, and like. Which
is weird, because when I got back, it was fine.
I changed.
Oh,
I
you
fixed
did
it.
Okay.
Yeah. like this one is very tricky, you know, like some of
Sure,
these cameras
yeah.
are really hard to adjust,
Oh,
especially
which
if you don't know
reminds
what
me.
you're trying to get.
Hang on. I got those clips. Although I don't think it's going to help that
Probably not.
because it doesn't have a third articulation.
Ooh, sorry, my blocking.
Well, I guess you could clip a
It's so
clip.
warm in here.
It really is.
I wonder if it's, I don't think it's cool enough outside to open the windows. Last night it didn't cool down below 70, so I didn't open any windows.
This is a continuation of Renee's thought. Mean says, I was wondering if they'd been snuggling up to you at night since you've been back.
Yeah, more so than they were before, I feel like.
And Janine says, A and B need a slight adjustment. Let's see. Slight, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And that.
Oh, that's good. That one's good.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
anything,
that
just
one
point it down, but you really can't point it
you
down.
can't. I could flip it so that it's to
You
your
need to turn it a little more because you made it funky now.
right or left. Or you mean like orbit?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
It's fine. That one's fine. It's just the bottom one that's all
Alright.
pretty good.
Let's go to there for now. And now they're both kind of nowhere.
What was I doing on my phone? Oh, I was checking the weather.
Okay.
See how cool it's gonna get tonight.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and find some time to update the cam switcher scripting for camera 5, speaking of camera 5, so that when you do !5, it actually just goes to the last setting and not camera A, which is what it's been doing. And hopefully I'll get the swap feature built out for switching the main cam and the picture cams. What's that? Fur?
You say fur instead of for, and you say ta instead of to.
That's just me not having a voice.
It's just how you speak.
Well, you know, I don't know what I'm saying, say what you're saying, which is potato chip. Potato chip.
Hello.
I don't need to. You say,
Yeah,
everybody
it's
says
not
stuff, man.
really gonna get below 70 tonight. Again, so I won't be opening the windows again. Tonight, because the forecast was 100 today. That's why the kids were inside all day. 97 tomorrow, 96, 97, 97, 99, 98, 99, 99, 97, 95, 93, 93, 94, 94. That's our weather until August 12th. Those are our temperatures. And it is sun, 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 sun. Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna start
You need to
doing
water
my
our grass
job from
more. Starbucks.
midnight to 6
Just
a.m.
go to a cafe that's air conditioned.
No.
Why?
Then I gotta spend money.
Like $2 for a coffee.
That's inaccurate. Plus, I can only get the one
$5.
coffee.
Get more. I don't care. Who cares about the money? Just go be cool.
Hey, you can't tell a guy to be
You
cool.
can't be.
I'm cool
You
right
can't hang
now.
out in the garage if it's 100 degrees outside. But it's like 110 in the garage. You're gonna die. You're gonna get heat stroke.
I can't live stream from Starbucks.
You don't have to live stream.
I do.
You don't.
It's a thing.
You don't have to.
I do.
You really don't.
Actually do.
You don't.
It's kind of part of my job.
Not
I
every
do
day.
testing.
Not all of it.
I don't do it every day.
Well, then good. Some days you can go cool off.
You go cool. Like your attitude.
Wow.
Hi, what? I thought you were a different cat based on
She's
sound.
gonna get that. Why?
Better. It's been hours. Very
That
happy
fly
with this.
better be gone by the time I come here to go to sleep, kids.
Oh, it's right there.
If a Nara were in here, that fly would have been caught
It
hours
would be
ago.
gone. One night when you were away, I did the goodnight command and 5 wasn't where it should be. So I did good morning and fixed it and then good night again. Sweet.
Good job.
Good job. Did you try doing 5 after you did the good night thing? Because Cam 5 should be exempt from the cam switcher. You should be able to do any of the 5s outside of the night mode. No, it depends though. If you do it through... I think if you do it through the exclamation point commands, it works, but if you do it through the channel point switcher, it probably doesn't. I don't know. I may have actually invalidated it. I haven't looked at that in a while, so maybe it doesn't. But I was pretty sure it was outside of that purview restriction. Because none of those cameras point to anything that would, get people at night.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's fine.
I hate August and September.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's weird, but okay, cool.
So hot.
Yes.
You can't even go. It's like too hot to even
July.
leave the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's about to be August. It's earlier. I feel like the heat wave is hitting earlier than usual.
Yes. Is that cutie? Yes, to the right of you, Sam. And what is she looking at? That's what we were just talking about. That's cutie. There's a fly right there.
Don't jump up on top of the cabinet, please.
Contemplating jumping up on that cupboard. Yes. There's a fly. So you see this thing with the shelves? There's like a little brown basket right here, and the fly is like, bam. It's hard to...
Just point at the actual basket.
Because if I do that, then it looks like I'm pointing at the door.
That's so weird.
But there, it's right there. Yeah, because the camera's over there looking this way, not looking that way. That's how that works. A few times I've been sure one of the cats was going to jump up there. Fly, special guest star. All right, Amanda's dying, so I'm going to say goodnight.
It's so
Come
hot.
out. Don't fall asleep here. It's not that kind of stream.
So tired, so hot.
All right, let's go watch The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is on Netflix. Sleepy wife. I'm gonna wrap it
All
up.
right. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for hanging out. If you've got an Instagram account of your own and a fur pal, you can throw it on, throw our, I don't remember what I say here. Use our hashtag #CuteAvalanche in your caption. They'll appear here like Leroy from the Tiny Lions Cat Cafe, and then that cat there, Cutie Patootie. That's Hunk. Thanks for hanging with us and listening to our beersicle. Did you ever watch The Librarians? I have one episode left. There were 4 seasons. The Librarians?
Not something.
No, that doesn't sound familiar. You don't mean The Magicians, right? Because that was bad.
What?
I
really?
acknowledge it was bad, but it was like a bad that I could be okay with. Anyway.